saying UTV so and I will share me ding at the Equa Asante but Mensa and then so ya sign up my so at the Mrano and church at the Bremona answer me a better so the Yanko Jenkato ya bar not yet the Jumidina to us so Yankomba. UTV so and I will share send am kind me ding at the Equa Asante but Mensa and then young come to train me sure some say galamsey and some ekosi dodo na time be who say penifo and as akuku dem for mo krom ha no ya no mo ka bibi yen fa bibi a ye friend state of emergency embeto honum na o makasa state of emergency me sure say me no wa ene ye hwe emran so say ye hwe da entiase ye nim state of emergency no na o mo pa che ana ye den curfew ana ye den enuti me ne lawyer emrenim ni lawyer Michael Kwabla ewo me studio ha ene oba be cheche at the cra sa state of emergency no eye enti lawyer akwaba.
Thank you.
Yo me da say nens wo beto aye wa ha na e me say mahwefo nti oba ene e ba besua de say ye kase state of emergency a den na afen so kra no hwan ene betumi a declare sa state of emergency no.
Okay. This is in a dignity any emergency. Say you can't emergency bia you should know say there's something at stake, something precious is at stake. So a state of emergency a temporary situation declared by the government during which normal constitutional and legal procedures are suspended to address a grave threat to the nation. It is a tool for dealing with crises that ordinary laws cannot manage. Let's take an ambulance. Let's relate it. Once a year, we're driving limit. But when there's a human life in an ambulance, the ambulance goes at a certain speed.
Yes.
Sometimes, if the traffic is in one way, the ambulance will make the other line to send you. That is how a state of emergency. It is not an ordinary situation. But what I say. So, a state of emergency is an exception to the normal enjoyment of rights and therefore strictly regulated because state of emergency rights in enjoy Ghana no. We may not enjoy it. It may be curtailed at that point in time. And it like say the American no. It is not a normal thing. You find to it for any actual things there. It is not a normal and ordinary thing. It is only declared to manage crisis. Or say who can declare it? In Ghana, no, it is the president who is invested with the power to declare a state of emergency. However, because a state of emergency is not an ordinary thing, the power is not only granted to the president. President, Council of State, Parliament, and even Yenti Memofon, we have a role to play in it. So let's go through one after the other.
Yeah.
Okay. The process, let's say, so first of all, no, let's look at the legal basis because I'm a lawyer, so that a teacher can say you don't talk like a social studies person. Let's look at the law.
I'll show you.
Chapter 5 of our Constitution, which is the Bill of Rights, and guide the state of emergencies, especially Article 31 of the 1992 Constitution. And in 1994, we promulgated a law, which is the Emergency Powers Act of 1994, Act 472. And also, my president, to me, say or to me, take a decision. So, Obekaya COVID the buy, in a lockdown. The lockdown was not announced on radio.
Right.
It was actually an act passed in Parliament. Parliament passes Samrano and it gives the president the authority to suspend certain rights. Any money to me. So that is the act on itself. Okay. So the president, the Mrani say, the president acting on the advice of the Council of States. Now let's delve deep into this advice. Okay. By a constitution, Council of States, one school of thought. So in when Mr. Afarijan, Dr. Afarijan resigning as Electoral Commission boss, and Madame Charlotte Osei was appointed, radio presenter, in fact, I say a lawyer is my senior, the Richard Delasky. Eddie court, Ekobisa say, in fact, President, edge advice of the Council of State, Anna. A woman, President, that's not President Mama, and President. A woman, President Mama, so appointee Justice of the Superior Court, Supreme Court Judge. And a GB, so the President, the court say, or TA Council of State advisor now. So the Supreme Court consolidated the case. So that case was Richard Delasky and Ghana Bar Association versus the Attorney General. In fact, it was in 2017, and on the ruling by say the advice of the Council of State is not binding on the President. But look at how the framers of the Constitution framed it. Article 144, when you are nominating the CJ, and the justice of the Supreme Court, the Constitution says that the President acting in consultation with, over Article 43(1), which is on the Electoral Commissioner, it says that the Electoral Commission shall be appointed based on Article 70. If you go to Article 70, I'll say the President shall acting in consultation with.
So consultation is not binding.
Okay, so the Supreme Court interpreted that particular statement in consultation with. But when it comes to a state of emergency, Patrioti or say the President acting on the advice. So in declaring a state of emergency, because it's not an ordinary thing, no, the Council of State. The Council of State must first sit down and arrive at a decision. In fact, Article 58 vests executive authority in the President. President, which might declare state of emergency. No, we are not saying he can't do that. But we want to bring the point and say the Council of State has a role to play in that, because if the Council of State says that don't, even though the Constitution says may, no. Or in fact, Nancy President Kufuor can say Council of State, we should elevate them to a second chamber for them to be the one who advise the President. So you have to give reverence to those parts. And the composition of the Council of State, it's not an ordinary people. You have a retired IGP, retired CJ, retired Prisons Board. It is eminent people. And they were sometimes House of Chiefs, former President of House of Chiefs. So normally in Kokobeca say, so in this instance, you cannot say the Council of State advice is binding on the President. He needs to act on it. And not the bind say Council of State catch and say, please do this, you do it. That is it. Okay. The President will issue a proclamation declaring a state of emergency. Okay, yeah. So Council of State now an idea say, okay, yes, yeah. Pacho go and declare a state of emergency. The President has followed. It must be in the Gazette. So you gazette it. Okay. Then you come to Article 31(2). Immediately now, I said President call Parliament. No, they come or court what are the facts? What are the circumstances? The entire say a declared state of emergency. Okay. Parliament, and so within 72 hours, within 3 days, of the publication of that Gazette, they must approve the state of emergency by a resolution. And the resolution here is by a simple majority. So there were 275 MPs in Parliament, so at least 138 MPs must support the move. The reason is that it's supposed to ensure broad consensus. Now I'm saying I say two about almost na party being numbers be brew Parliament. And yes, I know don't get to an shut down for money, but sometimes in this instance, you also have to build consensus with them to make sure that you also get their buy-in, because you also have constituents they represent.
Exactly.
Then Article 31(4), the state of emergency will cease to have effect after 7 days if Parliament does not approve it. Council of State, Becca Chair President, say do this.
Okay.
President then to publish in the Gazette. President will go to Parliament, explain the reasons why this thing is needed. Within 72 hours, and Parliament must pass a resolution to approve it. say 7 days sooner parliament in yes declaration are present in the amano, it is of no effect. So there's no state of emergency. When parliament approves the proclamation, it shall continue in force 3 months. So state of emergency now for already so no. It is not something in perpetuity. 3 months. It must last for 3 months. And 3 months and so extend there, you extend every month. And as extending so you have to pass through the same process. You have to go to parliament, explain to them why they should extend it. 1 month next one you have to go and go to parliament. So so it is 3 months, then 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. Then parliament can revoke that state of emergency at any time without going to the president. So parliament no more say, okay, maybe the executive is abusing this ruler. While the state of emergency is in force, they can pass a resolution by a majority and then they can
squash it.
Exactly. They can revoke it.
Okay.
The government too also must justify the continued need for the emergency powers. You have first 3 months. Then you justify why we should do 1 month. We do 1 month. Yes, so that is it.
Okay.
Then the next question we say, then a bit Cynthia be declare state of emergency. Okay. Generally across the world, no, states of emergencies are declared during imminent danger or actual occurrence of war. It be a war BSC, Ghana, and a war BSC baby. So the executive will declare state of emergency. Natural disaster, earthquake. Not localized earthquake. Earthquake are acing the whole country. And a cause say light cut off. And so there's it's not an ordinary thing, no. All right. Then public emergency. But in Uber Ghana, Article 31(9) and Section 5 of the Emergency Powers Act, and to make sure what the neighbor see president to declare state of emergency. First one is natural disaster like earthquake, flood, catastrophic epidemic like COVID. Then threats of public safety. Once a man saying former catcher IGP say it should be up and doing because violence will have violence. It is imagine saying neighbor sorry. Now Accra violence, all the regions violence are clearly there's something wrong. Then the state of emergency must be triggered. Then deprivation of essential services. Like I said, no, earthquake BSC, ama pipe in Soma, Ediani Emma, healthcare. People cannot access healthcare. Clearly, there's something wrong that a state of emergency must be declared. So the threshold is very high. The situation must be exceptional, posing a clear and present danger to organized life of the community. Then the president can. In the
year, galamsey, semia, say, asoria, say, a software penny for a woman who lawyer for a teacher for your professors near do beer than a no air tumbi. But a yana utia, who said the president must declare state of emergency, Lawyer, one running muno, and now Wakasa so sha. Galamsey, semia could be a dream. Have we gotten there yet?
Okay. 1 second. Okay. All right. So galamsey is of environmental terrorism. So if you look at from that angle, yes. Oshe na saying you could see what look if you look at the color of the water.
That's a film.
And even experts can say so once the color no quite white to say the chemical load in it, and I don't know what you cannot see with your naked eye. So if you look at the devastation galamsey is causing there, it takes the box. But we have to be fair to ask ourselves some questions. Okay. You say galamsey, no. Is it the whole country that is doing galamsey? We have mining districts. So if you are declaring a state of emergency, how are you going to do it?
Are you to me in some part?
Oh yeah, it can be done. So I'm just giving the scenarios. My at say you can't declare state of emergency. on Galamsey, I didn't find a bed declare. Is it on the Galamsey district? We say, but say Accra and to Galamsey wa, and Tibia and Far Accra and but Densu River is very close to Accra.
Can make what say activities to say Diani or Moody, and I say, say, contour cry, no, say, no, would decry now a bit
toxicity levels in
the aha. And see, even though any mining districts, but a one in Miane, and in Sui, in your one fever, and my AD.
Okay, so another question I caught in the baby say, in case of the cocoa, the baby say, MMRA what Galamsey, hono. Yeah, you soon na
Anye
yana. That's the question we have to ask ourselves. We have laws banning illegal mining, but our politicians pay lip service. What people are doing is that MPP wa abemono now MPP for na Galamsey. Omukoye no ma hand over e dey ama NDC for. That is the fact people are not recognizing. The political party in power. So, about say on besan ye handing over na the moment the political will no to clamp down on any ho. So, you MMRA against illegal. In fact, under President Akufo-Addo, they even brought stiffer punishment for illegal mining. But you maybe say, have we exhausted that option? Okay. Another point they say will be say the geographical scope, like I said, no. Where are you declaring the state of emergency? Is it in the eastern region? Is it the Ashanti region? And no news, there was Galamsey in Jomama, Krumboli. Once ordinarily, no, you may not know that there's gold up north, but now there's a lot of gold. In fact, there's cardinal mining there. Now say Ibrahim Mamani, Azuma resources. There's gold deposit in Upper West region, so there's gold there. And Nyango Ponsu boss said we are saying such a way say, quiet breed so muno. I don't know if I got the right read. A honor in so nam, a honor vegetation the war, and you cannot mine the gold without
saying no.
Exactly. That is why big companies, they put what you call reclamation bond. And big companies, mining, Newmont, Anglo Gold, and all those one. No. Or Mutu Gold, they reclaim the land to bring it back to its previous state. But Galamsey, for any small scale mining, they don't have the capacity. They just want to take. They want to take what is in the soil. And then they don't even mine. In fact, I'm saying there was a video online. We are being told to say they use mercury in extracting the gold. Then Shanfan na edi Galamsey no. On the machine to heat. And nipa no ye Galamsey no. We twa body. And they are two signs so nim. And a body and a bin way in a woody. So you can imagine that this person, what exactly is he doing?
That's
the thing. Another one is duration. You say state of emergency, acha 3 months. Now you know 1 month. You say environment now I say no. Can 3 months resolve it? So Nancy president who see press no. No can say the laws on Galamsey must be exhausted before you declare a state of emergency. Because if you declare a state of emergency 3 months, 1 month, now the thing has not been resolved. Exactly. So it is our political actors, they must get the political will. In fact, not to sound political, but under the former administration, we heard of Chemawun to be going to the forest and doing under this administration, according to the resource the MCE for Esunafo North or Esunafo South is leading Galamseyers into the pit because it is now buying our power. That is it. If the political actors have the political will, no.
This is sad.
So I'm to Galamsey Asia. The people doing the Galamsey, they are not stronger than the Ghana military. The military can go there and flash them out simple.
One time.
But the political will is just not there. So you may see state of emergency, but it may not actually solve the issue. But what I say?
Okay. Say galamsey, whenever you talk about it, for me, I get emotional because I say, yeah, because I say, pay once and and I say we are intentionally doing this to ourselves. Lawyer, quickly, can you give us the difference between a state of emergency and a curfew?
Okay, so they behave as such. I say once a curfew, currently there's curfew in Boku, there's curfew in Nalerugu, there's curfew in Sampa. And you restrict people's movement. And it's 6 to 6 and then you may be an and yet state of emergency in its real sense. It's just some small or some right to be that has been curtailed to make sure that peace can be restored because in Duana and go for the bonnet. So you try, they put the military there to resolve the issue, and so that's the difference. But it's not a real state of emergency. The ramification of the rights in a state of emergency goes way beyond that.
Into to me, so for citizens, Anaya Iwo Chrome has said, what happens when a state of emergency is declared? Okay, so when a state of emergency is declared,
from Article 12 to Article 33 of the Constitution, which is our Bill of Rights now, your derogable rights, your right to be one, it can be limited or suspended. And your non-derogable rights. And want to be want to be in state of emergency, for the slavery. It is not done. But there will many be one man, it can restrict you. First one is personal liberty, Article 14. COVID by it will be you have the right to move around everywhere in the country. If I obey to me, I border. The law allows you that. But COVID by it says them. UPR, there's ramifications. So that one, your right has been curtailed. Your privacy of home and property. If there's a state of emergency, the police and the military can come into your house at any time without a warrant. Maybe a champagne be show them, mercury be show them out. You bet me a banana beji influence them. So that right also, that right you have to privacy, and it's no longer there. Your freedom of movement, like I said, no. The personal liberty, and people can be detained without trial for the duration of the emergency. Just that the safeguard in Article 32.5 and say, as soon as state of emergency and the perpetual release you. Yes. Then your freedom of expression. And yeah, same obey to me when there is a state of emergency. So Article 21. 1A, freedom of assembly. Want to be Congo share a party be yes. Now Christmas never. It is almost as a state of emergency.
Yeah, they actually so local.
And they were right in the hall, like I said, they are non-derogable. And no where they are want to be if I want to make us say what declare state of emergency, so you will not protect police phone shoot to no for it is not done. That right, like I said, the right to life, Article 13, it is an inviolable right. And with your permission, if I may read.
Yes, please. Before I'll be reading, what the encouraging cattle shortly now, you're now the reading that. So you're running saying, I will UTV, so your discussion, if a state of emergency, the encouraging cattle, you're banning at your common. Saying UTV so and I will share ye break no na state of emergency who ramifications and na ye share some of the consequences some of the things are ye institute and I say ye share state of emergency a bit to me about teme mufua ye hodom and na lawyer na oba be ready bibi achena me try and say enko break na.
Yes, it's not the American say about state of emergency there are some rights go on normal you can suspend and curtail. Like personal liberty, you bet to me actually your police for share them, you bet to me actually share them for the 3 months, for the 1 month. Or your home privacy can be invaded. Police can come and do search in your home. Want to make share. Your movement is curtailed. By your right to you cannot do anything about it. And that is protection of life, Article 13. And with your permission, I want to read or say,
yes, please.
No person shall be deprived of his life intentionally. Except in the exercise of the execution of a sentence of a court in respect of a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana of which he has been convicted. Even when the courts even give execution, our presidents do not sign. So Obeko prison, Obetra sometimes then they will convert the death sentence to life sentence for you. So that is it. Yeah, to me, and I mean, so I'll come back to the point and say making sure say but the way we would then you have a problem with the law. Then protection from slavery and forced labor. Want to mean guys what declared state of emergency on galamsey into Kochenko for their conquasumu. It is not done. Then protection from inhumane treatment. Want to mean guys what declared state of emergency into police for them no muchewa no mass or quell no more day. It's a torture. Call means so no. No more the goon sounds one as somebody a journal tally. No. You cannot do that. Degrading treatment. For example, want to make us say you declare state of emergency into ubetam sebi like toilet. Now do the aswa will be in public. No, it is not done. Those things are degrading and dehumanizing. Fair trial. Article 19 provides a fair trial. Want to make us say what declare state of emergency and to unya check on phone and now they need to prison. No, you have to give the person the right to be heard. There should be a right of representation. You read out the charges, so we call it the Miranda rights. So and you say no. Tell the person the offense he has committed in the language he understands.
But isn't there a contradiction? Be say when there's a state of emergency, you to which you be admitted without trial. But then you release the person. You'll be detained. Okay, so not okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
And yet it's a prison term.
No.
It's a conviction.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because your right to your fair trial, it's your constitutional right.
Right.
Okay. Then protection from retrospective criminal laws. A person cannot be convicted for an act that was not a crime at the time it was committed. Only to me guys all day. State of emergency aba enti be affairs no onum nso a na enye boni but say onum nso e boni nti when we say me num nso nti ukoche me it is not done. Yes.
Okay. Na it is okay. Wakeka nia yenye na mpese me hu say wo hwe your friend say procedure ya wo de ya femu ne yi nia me pese me hu say yen nipa na yen so yete omen mu. What are some of the rights that we are going to lose?
Okay, so I mentioned
first. Let me say what born near yen to me fine you. Say person who say near men so na metimu fine yen to me fa say enimia. Me so then answer say me during those times.
Okay, so like I said, in a state of emergency, certain acts the president may be a bit unconstitutional on the face of it, but a state of emergency na money to me. So, for example, if there is a state of emergency, your movement is curtailed. You see, enkoha, untumi nko. You see, entuka baha, untumi ntuka nko, untumi nka sewe gani ni. No, at that point, the dispensation is a bit different. Privacy of homes and property, like I said, no. The police or the military can invade your house without a search warrant and search you with the suspicion say maybe will fear. Then there is freedom of expression. And ya say me na obetumi aka. Say me o kan emrani ni ubedi. Then freedom of assembly. Ultimately could shame if there's a state of emergency. That freedom can also be curtailed. And those things were very eminent during the COVID era. The COVID era and the president took the authority from the constitution and banned church. Because constitution article 21 article 21C, if I may read, I'll say freedom to practice any religion and to manifest such practice. And to COVID by any inquiry, it is because the president has taken authority from the constitution and sees that opportunity for you. You see curfew and court, baby, that right, and the president has the right to curtail it. Yes, and as a citizen of Ghana, they are just supposed to obey.
Can it not be seen as an abuse of rights?
Clearly, there's no justification. Say, once we got to there's an abuse of rights. Your right has been curtailed, and not quite an abuse, but it is not abuse. That is, it is not an arbitrary abuse. And your abuse are beating them, and at its whims and caprices. It is based on the law, and the law allows it. Once the law allows it, there you can do it. The only remedy I want to say, you can go to the court under Article 12 and Article 33. No, you as a human person, you have a right. You can go to the High Court and exert your right, or you can apply for a judicial review of the state of emergency. But no, it's at the Supreme Court, and also the threshold is also very high because there is president, there is Council of State, there is Parliament involved. No, there is a presumption of regularity. Evidence Act, there's a presumption of regularity. Say, at the papa no my no, and it's a be challenge, and then you must build a very solid case. Yes, but right definitely your right will be abused. Okay. In that instance.
After state of emergency, it will be because Senate watch you state of emergency about 3 months every month be any yatwaso. But person who say emrafophobia or outside of state of emergency, ebia long, ebia na to kwa BSc, ebia na to say yemfa galamsey ade omuye, not to say ebia, who say galamsey no akwa to say enye, I think it's deeper than how we see it. You who say yeah foreigners be now woman in name, when say say this week who say achecheche, and go for woman fee e kromu ha. Nti na to me who say atra yen kwa so. Aye bibia akotenten. State of emergency no, maybe some question is in 2 parts. Do we have bibia ye declare bet me affected to say as a crow before super me person me body a crow before so be pa pe any who warm say warm ba ye bet me I'm making any declaration be bet me prevent sanko for no some more mum baha and answer more mun ko ye crow e crassy ho because ye who mo crow mo in crassy ho kwa na e omko and after that no so is there any other law bia e wo ha e so change 3 months a state of emergency and no maybe to me the 2 hour copy time you better resolve the issue
no. So but let me take the second one. Because the state of emergency is not an ordinary situation. No, that is the last resort in the constitution. Unless maybe you declare a coup. And when you declare a coup, you suspend the constitution and you say any day they are pay no to me. In fact, by your parents and they live through military rule and they saw what happened. And no. There's just a proclamation of parliament. Now, their leader and the junta leader and the person no year, but the constitution the highest is the state of emergency. Right. Then second one, you cannot prevent people from not coming to your country. It is not possible. Once apart from say Ghana, we also have a committee of nations, League of Nations. So okay, say okay, you don't come. No Muslim say Ghana for don't come. What happens? You are just trying to create unnecessary tension. Now back to the galamsey. The one thing is amanaye. Don't say galamsey no. Initially, na engine high. Is that what you say? Now the price of gold is very high. So if gold price plummets, say gold price buffema, your money no be because in resource analysis we say that if it is more expensive to mine something than to sell it, you don't mine at all. So, for example, if you before obenya gold, no be you sue 100 cedis, but on gold now obenya 10 cedis, there's no motivation to do it. But now because the gold price is at its record high, that is also what is fueling the situation. Now, once the gold is also sold in dollars, yes, our cedi is also not being able to compete with the dollars. So therefore, there's extra motivation for people to do that galamsey.
What they are doing.
But like I said, no, you can do responsible mining. There are processes of doing the responsible mining, but unlike the Ghanaian attitude, no, I didn't papa or no yet. The politicians also are doing it. In fact,
some I'm gonna ask no. How no?
Yes, in fact, this week I was even doing some reading. Say most of the party financiers are galamseyers.
But that's it, yeah.
So on to me in 2 hours here, what they do is just lip service or make a bon say.
Papa pidi aye che na ye de akosi sen. Then I want to say say na oh yeah. But at the end of the day akosi sen.
And yeah, omekwa ko che small boys be. Near the Omaba TV, so just for the optics. Pictures, yeah. But in Penyufone Angasano, they are not able to because they don't have the political will. It is the person who has sponsored you to win an election. So yes, and I said what you say and all but people must think beyond their pocket. That's the thing because the issue with galamsey is the humanity, our life is at threat. Say I no koto kontombe, koto body, koto kobi, koto fisher. You don't even know where it is coming from.
True.
You may think, say, oh, I'm very far from Kwase Kropon. I'm very far from Manso in Kwanta. But I no say I cry in Bia. They go and bring it here and we consume it. So each and every person must take the fight serious. And Abania to Abamomo, they have the political will, and they must be able to make sure that our water bodies are clean and the people in itself are safe.
That's lawyer. Say, yaka state of emergency who asem na say me so me de beka ho say ye nyina ye enjoy the fight. We should all say no to galamsey. Now, you may think you are far away from it, but affect ye nyina ye duane ye nsuo. Ubenye sika no na unye sika ni wia no wan san sika ni nyina san akoto eduro e de asan ho yare. What's the sense in that? What is really the sense in that? Inti me pacho mama ye njai mra no say e wo UTV so me ne emrenim ni lawyer Michael Kwabla a private legal practitioner ena ene yesua ade ana ya hwehwe nkomo afa state of emergency. We don't want to get there. I don't want to get there, and I believe you also don't want to get there. Into Mr. Mama yembo ebra ese na efata na sene yebesi nhye biem. Medin e de ekua Asante Ba Mensa. Bye bye.